Okay, so when we try to compile our final project for Comp 306, we get a lot of errors, but we deal with one at a time. And in this case, the errors that we have are in file included from Alice in Wonderland, CPP file, we have Alice in Wonderland text-based adventure game header file. On line 189, there's an error. On line 203, there's an error, and 217. So lots of errors, but they're all the same error. Expansion, pattern, item, contains no parameter packs. So we've got this, item dot dot dot, items, string, ellipsis, or dot dot dot, items, and so forth. So what are these errors? Well, let's see if we can fix them on lines 189, 203, and 217. So what does this error relate to? Well, it relates to the fact that I'm using a Verdict here, like multiple arguments, and I don't have the template. So how do I fix it? I declare this as a template type, and you can use the keyword class or type name. I like type name, so I'm going to do that. They're kind of synonymous. Template of type name dot dot dot. So like a item. This now sets us up as a Verdict pack, which, and even with class, I'm going to put the keyword class there. You'll see that in either case it works. When I save it, I'm going to get rid of the 189 error. We'll see that the 189 error will go away. So we have three identical errors really on 189, 203, and 217. When we clear this screen, we recompile. We go up here. We've got 204's error still and 218, but we don't have the 189, so we fix that error. And again, that's with the keyword class or type name. They're really one and the same in this case, synonymous. And I'll show you just by Oh. So again, still not there. So now, but let's go fix the other two errors. On 204, right here, same thing. I didn't declare this as a template. And I love the autocomplete. See how it does it for us? Now, it's not going to work this time. It did the autocomplete and did type name dot 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 item. But item is not the type this time. It's string. So I need to actually change this to stood string. And I have to include stood string. That also seems to be an error here. That will be down in the code. If I don't fix it now, it will eventually be an error. Why? Because I've just said string here and I forgot to include, oh no, I've got using namespace, never mind. So here's the thing, I've got using namespace and I've included the string thing. Okay, so that should be fine. Maybe I just won't do stood string because so that they match. There you go. So because I was using stood string here and not stood string here, but if I did stood string on both of them, I typically a lot of times like to do the explicit namespace name and then the scope resolution operator, just in case I don't include the namespace. But in this case, it's not liking it. If I type on that, it'll tell me why. Explain problem. The issue expected an identifier, blah blah. Stood string. The line causing the issue is this. The problem is that stood string is not a valid identifier in this context. The type name dot 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 syntax is used to declare a parameter pack, but stood string is a type, not an identifier. Oh, that's why. Okay. It's expecting an identifier, so it's a type, not an identifier. To fix the issue, you should use a valid identifier, such as item names. So yeah, that's the issue I'm causing. That doesn't. I'm just gonna take that away. It's saying that it's an identifier, but that doesn't make sense to me because it looks like it should normally have the actual class, but let's make that an identifier in both cases. See, now that gives you an error. So it should be the type. I'm not really sure what that's getting at. But anyway, bottom line is I make the match string. Down here, same thing. Type template of type name ... item, and it'll take a variable number of items. I'm going to save this. I'll look into that after, but we'll see that the errors will go away. So at the end of the day, that's all I care about, making the code work. So those errors went away. Again, this is just a new error, and we'll figure that out in the next video.